Assalamu Alaikum. How are you kids today? Inshallah, today we are going to learn about one of the most important prophets in Islam, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. A long, long time ago, in the city of Canaan, there lived a very famous man named Azhar. He used to carve idols out of stone, and he was very famous for his skills. The idols that he made were placed inside the temples, and the people of Canaan worshipped them. Yes, Shaitan had played his tricks, and idol worship was now deeply rooted among the people. People had forgotten about Allah, and they had forgotten the punishment for worshipping the idols. Azhar was no different, and he too used to bow down before the idols he made. Ibrahim alayhi salam was his son, and he grew up as an intelligent boy. He was always thinking and asking questions. He was curious and inquisitive. He was always eager to learn more about the world around him. When young Ibrahim saw the people bowing down before the idols, he was confused. How could these idols help these people? They are only made of stone. The young prophet often wondered. He saw flies sit on the idols, and he saw mice eating away the food left by the people. If these idols couldn't help themselves, how could they help the people? He asked these questions to his father, but neither could his father give him a convincing answer. One day, he sat on top of a mountain, wondering who the real God was. It was very late by then, and the moon came up. The moon shined brightly in the sky, and the young boy kept looking at it. Could this be the God? He thought to himself. But after some time, the moon disappeared. The real God would never go away, he said to himself. Then the stars showed up. The boy again wondered if this could be the real God. When it was dawn, the stars too disappeared. The young prophet realized that the stars couldn't be the real God as well. In the morning when the sun came up, the prophet again had the same doubt. But that evening, when the sun set, his doubt was cleared again. It was then that he had a revelation. He realized that everything, the sun, the moon, and the stars, were merely creations of the one true God. And that God was none other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah then commanded him to call his people and tell them not to worship the idols. This incident changed the life of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam forever. Armed with his new knowledge, he went straight to the temple in the city. It was pretty late by then, and everyone in the city was celebrating a festival near the river. When the Prophet walked inside the temple, he saw the corridors and halls empty. Then, Prophet saw an axe lying around, and he immediately had a plan. One by one, the Prophet started smashing all the idols in the temple. He smashed the large idols, small ones, fat ones, and the tall ones. He destroyed everything except for the biggest one. Once he was done, he hung the axe around the neck of this idol, and then he walked out of the temple. When the people arrived at the temple next day, they were shocked. The temple floor was covered with the heads and other parts of their favorite gods. Who could have done this atrocity? One of them asked. I saw Azhar's son walking into the temple yesterday night, answered another. Ibrahim alayhi salam was brought before a council, and they started questioning him. Did you destroy these idols? They asked. Why don't you ask that one? He replied, pointing at the big statue he had left untouched. How can he speak? He's made out of stone, asked another. That's exactly my point. Then why do you people worship these stone idols? They can't help you with anything. Then who should we worship? They asked him again. There is only one true God, and He is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the maker of everything. The people were as silent as the idols. They had no idea what to say. They knew that he was right. But some of them still refused to listen. They called a meeting of the villagers next day to discuss the Prophet's punishment. "Let us burn him and stand by our gods," one of them suggested. And so, that is what they did, or that is what they tried to do. First, they piled up all the woods they could find in Canaan. The flames rose higher and higher, and it went so high that not even the birds could fly on above it. The villagers then tied the hands and legs of the Prophet and threw him into the fire. As soon as the Prophet landed on fire, Allah made the fire cool and safe for the Prophet. It was a miracle. The Prophet sat inside the burning fire for a long time and no harm came to him. The people saw that the fire didn't burn this young man, and they were amazed. Once again, they couldn't make any sense of what just happened right before their eyes. The men were getting more and more angry. How could he escape? How could he be alive? The land of Canaan was ruled by an evil king named Namrud. He considered himself to be the god, and he was a very evil man. When Namrud heard about Ibrahim alayhi salam and his preaching, he was very angry. He summoned the young prophet into his palace and questioned him. "Who is your Lord, Ibrahim?" And the prophet responded, "My Lord is Allah." So the king asked, "Who is Allah, Ibrahim?" And the prophet responded, "The one who gives life and death." The king said, "I give life and I can give death, you see." Then he had a man brought right before him, and he had him killed in front of the prophet. Then he had another man brought before him, and at that moment he let him live. After that he said, "You see, I give life and I give death. I killed one man and saved the other." Ha ha ha! The prophet wanted to make the people understand, and he wanted Namrud to understand as well. So he said to the king, "Allah brings the sun from the east. Now you bring it from the west." This was a challenge, and the king was confused and silent. He was ashamed, and he had nothing to say. He let the prophet walk away without being punished. Ibrahim alayhi salam continued calling people to Allah, but a very few people listened to him. The people became angry at him, as they believed that the prophet was lying. Even his father became angry. They didn't like anyone questioning their way of life. But Ibrahim alayhi salam was not trying to mock or make fun of anyone. He was trying to teach them, but they wouldn't listen. The prophet was very, very sad.